Good evening from Osaka, and in this video I want to talk about photography mistakes. I don't think enough people share mistakes they still make today, and by me sharing them, hopefully it gives you some confidence to know that everyone makes mistakes. We just make different mistakes depending on what part of the photography journey we're on. Now, just to clarify, when I say mistakes, I don't necessarily mean bad things which result in, let's say, rubbish photos or something that's catastrophically bad. It's more things that I know I need to improve on going forwards. This video is sponsored by Squarespace, but more on them later on. The first mistake I make very frequently, too frequently for my liking, is not working the scene. So I'll get somewhere, I'll see a really nice shot, I'll take the shot. Now it could be an obvious shot or I could have worked for it, but I'll then just walk away. If I'm happy with it, I will walk away and I wouldn't carry on working the scene. Now of course, if I'm not happy with the composition that I got, then I will work it until I get something. But if I am happy, I'll just walk away, and in hindsight I've walked away from tons of potentially better compositions and opportunities. So this is something I really need to force myself to stop doing, to stop walking away. If I get a shot that I like, I need to then stay there and work it more, see if there's anything else I can find. It might be nothing, but at least I've tried. The second mistake I always make is I get into a habit of slapping on presets on my photos, doing a couple of minor adjustments and calling it a day. Now, my presets, it's the same ones that I sell on my website. I've been using them for years. They've been fine-tuned for my photography style, for how I expose, for how I shoot, and in most cases I can apply a preset, make a few minor adjustments, major adjustments in some cases, and I'm good to go. But because I have this system that just works, any creativity doesn't really have room to flourish. God, sounds awful, but you know what I mean. Like, there's no room for creativity, there's no room for thinking differently. It's just a process that I follow, and of course it's efficient. If you are a working photographer, you want to get things done as quickly as possible, that's efficient. But from a purely creative perspective, I think just applying a preset, making a few tweaks, even if the preset's fantastic and it fits and it works, I don't know, I don't think that's the best approach. So maybe not now because I'm still traveling, time is of the essence, but certainly in the future I want to move away from that and do a bit more editing from scratch. The next mistake is not being present enough. I love listening to music when I'm going on photo walks. I sometimes even listen to podcasts or audiobooks. But in the last few weeks, maybe a couple of months, I started to really question whether that is the best way forward, because if I'm listening to music, it depends on the music itself, but let's say if it's very chilled out house music, for example, I feel very relaxed. I'm just enjoying the moment, walking around. I'm not But I'm not present when it comes to actually taking photos. I'm not looking around, I'm just in my thoughts. And I found that if I don't listen to music, and I don't listen to especially podcasts or audiobooks, then I'm a lot more present, I'm a lot more aware of where I am, what I'm doing, and really trying to find opportunities in photos. So this is definitely something that I am gonna change, and I've started changing it already, which is not listening to music, not listening to podcasts, and just trying to be as present as possible when it comes to photography. Next thing I caught myself doing, especially in the last few months, is treating photography like a task list and not a creative endeavor or an art form. So I would go out, I would shoot, and then as soon as I get back, offload the photos, quickly go through them, edit them, archive them, post them. It was almost like I couldn't relax until that loop was closed. So the moment I took the photos, the loop is open. The moment they're posted or archived, the loop is closed. And I almost felt like I'm ticking off or checking off a list of tasks to do when it comes to photography. And obviously that's not the best way to go about it. Now, I know why this is happening. It's because I'm traveling, I have a very hectic schedule, and if I don't do it, then things will just pile up and pile up. So that's also not good. However, I am definitely aware of this, and actually speaking to people like Alex that I had on the channel not long ago made me really realize that my approach was probably not the best one. Certainly the best one in terms of like a business sense, let's just say that, in terms of getting things done, but not in terms of creativity. As you can see, there's an underlying theme going on here, and that is rushing the process. It's rushing photography, and it's actually going against what I say at the channel, which is to take your time to enjoy the process. And I find myself going against that and rushing it to try and get as much done as possible, try and shoot as much as possible, post as much as possible. And I think that is a very unhealthy attitude, and it's something that as I've said, I've recognized fairly recently. And over the next, I don't know, few months, it's definitely something that I need to work on. Now, under a normal schedule, I think it should be possible. Whilst traveling and going like this, it might be a bit more tricky, but it's something that needs to be done. Because as it stands now, I feel like I'm not treating photography as a creative endeavor that I'm passionate about, but instead I'm treating it like a task list, like something I just need to quickly get done, move out of the way, move on to the next. Now, there's definitely merits to this approach. I've learned how to be very quick and efficient, how to turn things around quickly. So if I have a client shoot, so I just walking past a sex shop and Faisal keeps pointing her butt plugs out. But anyway, so yeah, from a client perspective, I think that's definitely a merit. But from a creative perspective, I think this is something that needs to be sorted out. I'd like to take a moment and thank Squarespace for sponsoring this video. I've been using Squarespace for over 5 years as my online photography portfolio, where I share my best work from all the trips and shoots. Having an online portfolio is important because it's your little corner of the internet that you can arrange however you like. I would also encourage everyone to start an online blog about their photography. Having a blog is the best way for your website to stay relevant on Google because there's fresh content always being uploaded. Not to mention, it's a great way for your website to become more searchable through SEO. Squarespace offers powerful blogging tools that will allow you to publish blogs from anywhere on any device. Squarespace also offers powerful analytics that help you understand where your readers are coming from and what they're searching for. If you're an aspiring photographer, having your own website is important because it will elevate you from everyone else. For a free trial followed by 10% off your first purchase, please use the link in the description or use code RomanFox when you check out. Thank you for Squarespace for sponsoring, and thank you for watching.